Okay, this video is going to go over some of the basics of crew formation, upgrading performance, changing equipment, and changing appearances. In order to be able to do this, you have to be past the point in Chapter 2 when the ship is now sail-worthy. You will have already have gone to Medlantis, and they've turned you away because your ship is not at the level it needs to be. So you've already been to Honolulu, and you've already recruited Clark and Julie, and the ship is now able to go back to Medlantis and participate in the Coliseum. So that's where you have to be in order to have a lot of these options opened up. In order to be able to get to the prepare to sail screen, you need to either be, I think you can be docked, but you also need to be in a safe space in the waters. So any of the green areas in the map, there or here or here. When you are in one of these green areas, you will see the prepare to sail show up on the screen. If you are at Hawaii or Rich Island or Medlantis or anywhere that's like solid, like an island or anything like that, you'll see an option that says disembark to wherever. In order to get the prepare to sail screen or option when you're at an island, choose disembark to wherever, and then a second option will pop up to either disembark or choose the prepare to sail option. You want to choose the prepare to sail because that's how you're going to get to this window. Okay, so on the prepare to sail, this is where you can do all of your crew assignments, upgrading to open slots or add cannons. You can change your equipment. You can also change your appearance here, and this is also the fast travel screen. That's where you can fast travel to select destination. So in crew performance, or crew formation rather, there are two sections. There's the cannon squad and the boarding squad. You'll see by just simply using D-pad to move around that anyone associated with Cannon Squad, the game only cares about cannon power and ship upkeep. Attack and defense are grayed out for these people in the Cannon Squad. The exact opposite is true for the boarding squad. When you're assigning people in the boarding squad, you care about attack and defense, because these are the people that go over to the deck of the enemy ship and participate in the fight over there. So we're going to keep those in mind. They're not, in my opinion, there's no real like hard and fast rules. They're mostly guidelines, because while they might have good cannon power, they might have a squad leader trait you want. So just keep it in mind that it's just sort of a guideline. Okay, so starting at the cannon squad, early on, this spot and this spot will be locked. In order to unlock those and be able to assign people to that area, we're going to come to upgrade performance. In order to unlock that, this will add an additional cannon to your ship's port side, and this will add cannon to starboard side. This will open one more spot on either which one you choose. And also note that once you exhaust these upgrades, they'll get pushed to the bottom. So if this is the first time when you're in here, these will be at the top. Boarding squad increase, port cannon, starboard, these will all be at the top of this list. So if you're confused as to why they're at the bottom for me, it's because I've spent them all. I've bought everything for this. For the boarding squad increase, when you buy these, when you upgrade those, that's what opens level 2, 3, and 4 down here. So that's how you, first of all, how you unlock more spots to fill as you start recruiting more and more people. Okay, so now for the cannon squad, we're going to take into account primarily the cannon power of people up here. So I'm going to press X, and we're going to go into the crew member list. Now this can be sorted a number of ways. There's a default, but then there's by level, by hit points, by attack, by defense, and on PlayStation you just hit L3 to sort of cycle through them. So we'll end up on cannon power. And so this is what you can use to decide who to go into that spot. So we have a blank spot here. So I'll go ahead and fill that. Now on the crew member list, whoever has the wheel, that is your first mate. Whoever is assigned to first mate, he'll have a wheel on his face. Everyone already assigned to a cannon slot will have a cannon. And anyone assigned to the boarding squads will have the sabers. You can still move people around. So let's say I've decided that I want this person on a cannon. Even though he's currently assigned to a boarding crew, that doesn't matter. So I'm going to select him, and he'll get added up there. And now he's been removed from that slot. So that's how you go through and assign someone to the cannon squad, and why you would choose why you would make the choice that you make. So he's unassigned, but he has higher attack and defense than cannon power, and he has a squad leader trait that I might choose to use. So I'm going to keep him unassigned from the cannon. Now this guy has good cannon power in relation to everything else. So I might pop him into this blank spot right here. So I'll choose that. So for boarding squad, attack and defense are the active stats that are important in this area. Now squad leaders, it's not imperative to choose a squad leader that has a squad leader trait, but it's beneficial and it's in your best interest. So I would go through everyone you have recruited and see what squad leader traits mean important things to you, and then go ahead and assign them into your squad leader positions. So there's a health recovery, that's boosts attack, that charges the heat gauge, which this boost attack, that kind of thing. So I like my natural brawler and my succession of will with the voltage gauge and strenuous effort for boost attack. So I have who I want in my squad leader positions. And so then everybody else can just be assigned to the empty spaces. And anyone not assigned, you'll be able to see their face, and their circle will be a brighter white. It won't be so grayed out as all these others. So he actually has really good cannon power. So I might actually move this guy who's not assigned currently to someone who has a less impressive cannon power. And he is not very good, but he doesn't have very good attack either. That's sort of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Maybe I'll keep it. What was he? 110? No. I'll replace this guy. 110 and 89. And we'll replace him with Marco, who has really good cannon power. So down here, as they upgrade, or as their levels increase, their numbers will increase. So don't worry about them being low to start. And there are a couple of things you can do to increase their experience. You can give them gifts, and then you can throw either a party or a feast. One of the two has experience text, and we'll cover parties and feasts at the end. So I'm just going to throw everybody who isn't assigned to the cannon or a squad leader into the leftover sort of crew members. And so there, I think everybody is assigned now. And so there's a general overview of crew formations and some of the things you take into account when choosing where to put somebody. So upgrading performance, we'll go through this again. Now, normally, boarding squad increase will be at the top, and this is how you open the boarding squad, so we went over that. Additional port cannon will open the locked one on the port side, and then the starboard side. And then this is the durability boost. This will increase your ship's maximum durability so that you can ram other people's ships. You can add additional repairs if you like ramming. Fuel tank increase. This is an extra boost level that you might choose to do. Additional smoke screens. And then you can just continue to increase your durability as you go down. So those are upgrading performance. So now we'll go over changing equipment. There are a couple of different ways to get new equipment. Some is to get them right in here. Like if you choose a cannon, you can actually buy certain things right here while you're on the ship. Other instances, you can get Julie to craft them for you when you're in Hawaii. And then these will be available to you. Now, I have played around with the flamethrower, and I like the flamethrower, but keep in mind that you have to be closer to your enemy ship when using the flamethrower than you do with a cannon. The flamethrower does not have the distance that the cannon has. So, but I put flamethrower on port and just a cannon on the other side so that I could play with it and see which ones I liked better and felt better for me. So that might be something that you choose to do. So here's port and starboard are the same. They have the same options, but you can equip them differently. The energy cannon's 15,000, but it does a lot of damage. So you might do a couple of bounties to go ahead and buy yourself an energy cannon. So then the machine gun, you have the Gatling gun, and you can upgrade as you go. I got Julie to craft a coconut machine gun for me, and I actually really, really like this. But you have to go to Julie's to get it crafted. Now, one of the things that is really nice is once you are at this point, let's see if I can get to it, is Julie will put an app on your phone. So let's say I want my super coconut machine gun. I can tell at a glance from my smartphone if I have the materials necessary before I ever even go to Julie. So that's one good way to sort of keep an eye on whether you have what you need, whether it's time to go to Honolulu or not, because it doesn't tell you from this screen. But you can tell from the others. So like starboard, if you want the laser cannon from Julie, you can go in here and say, do I have the necessary materials? Is it time to go to Honolulu and craft it? And clearly it's not. So I am severely lacking in superb components, which she crafts, by the way. She can craft for you. Okay, where were we? Prepare to sail. Change equipment. Okay, so we've been over machine guns. Here's a Frost. You can buy this for 6,000. I haven't tried that out yet. You can freeze your targets. And then the rocket launcher. Now, I have the Captain's rocket launcher. This is the default one that you sort of start with. I have not chosen to upgrade at all, simply because I've used it before and I like it, but I just haven't gotten around to playing more with this. But this fires rockets that can set your targets ablaze, so I might choose to actually upgrade this because I do like fire a lot. So this way I can fire on-fire cannonballs or fire rockets that set them ablaze. It's ablaze, contaminated rockets, freezing rockets. Oh, this one also sets ablaze. Not special. Okay, never mind. Just more power. Okay, so that's the equipment. The 4 different settings that you can choose from and how to upgrade. You can buy some of these directly right on the ship. Cannon. I only have 6,000, so I don't think I'm going to do this yet. But I might go Due to how close the flamethrower really does have to be. Oh, here's one. I can either upgrade, because I do like the flamethrower, I have to say. If you're close enough, it can do a lot of damage. It can actually sink a 200 level ship, like, in one shot, which is really nice. So it does a decent amount of damage. Because it'll do 800, which means it takes out a lower level, like, in one shot. It's kind of nice. Okay, so that's going over changing equipment. Now we can go over change appearance. This is similar to selecting, defining, designing, whatever outfits. You can have up to 10. So this is the default one that you start with. This is the one that I currently have my ship looking like. You can go in here, and as you find places that sell different hulls, or you can unlock different hulls here, you can buy one here. Sales. I haven't really bought any, but in the Google workbook link in the description will be a link, have a worksheet in there with all of the sales and hulls and trimmings and all that stuff, and all the ones I found and where to unlock them from. Like, you can get this at Aloha Links, or the completing the photo rally. I think that's a reward. The Armory, that's in Little Japan. Halula Shop, that is the Anaconda Shopping Center. They have quite a few. Black Boat, that's at Medlantis on the docks near the Bar District. You can go buy some of these things. Some of them are kind of cute, actually. I like that one. And then there's figureheads that you can unlock. I don't know. Black Boat, that's Bar District in Medlantis. Haven't been there yet. That looks like a reward for darts. Oh, I think we're going to put crawfish on here. Maybe we'll put flower trimmings on here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. I do like the gray a little better, I have to say. We'll do red. Wooden Whale, that is in Medlantis. You can buy that there. Maybe we'll stick with black. Alright, confirm customization. And now we have that, and I can set that, or set that, or set that one. Whichever one is set is what your ship looks like. Set. There you go. Alright, so that's crew formation and upgrading, changing equipment and changing appearance. So now, deck mode. In Captain's Quarters, you can choose to throw a party. Or you can choose to hold a feast. I think the feast one adds the experience level. Let me check my recipes here. Yeah. Pirate meal for 5 increases morale and experience. Treat him to a feast. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the common room. And I'm going to make some food and we'll throw a feast. Because once you get to this point, once the ship has been upgraded to this point by Clark and Julie, 2 new dishes will get added. Pirate Party Stew, which is for the parties, and then the Pirate Meal for 5, I think is for the feasts. And the Pirate Meal for 5 increases experience. So this way you can get the level 1s up a little higher. So I'm going to go ahead and make this, and then we'll go ahead and throw a feast as well. Okay, we went ahead and made 3 of them. Maybe I can't eat them, so maybe that's why they're not in inventory. Where are we going? Let's go back to Captain's Quarters. Hold a feast. And treat them to a feast. It'll be a good experience. So I've got 3 of them. The crew of 5. So I actually have more than 15 people. So I actually sort of want to invite the lower level people by level. Wait, go back. Oh, I can only do it 1 at a time. I thought I'd be able to do 3 at a time. So it looks like you can only do 3. Oh, no level. 1 5-person feast at a time. So we'll do that. And I do have audio turned down, obviously. So it's not your whatever you're watching this on. This is my settings. Goro's on the table. Dude, they went up 6 levels. A feast levels up 6 levels. That's crazy. Good to know. All in all, that went great. All right, so there's a general overview of crew formation and changing equipment and upgrading performance, etc. And then we ended up holding a feast. So, how you doing? Aw, he's sleeping. All right, so if you have any questions about crew formation or any of that sort of stuff, leave a comment and I will do my best to answer it. And there you go.